Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to online classes. In the last session we have completed Hessla applications, enthalpy of combustion and problems, calorific value. In this session I am going to discuss a few more physical processes. So that is enthalpy of atomization. Atomization means atoms will be formed in a gaseous phase by breaking of one mole of bonds called enthalpy of atomization. The enthalpy change of breaking one mole of bonds completely to obtain atoms in gaseous phase called enthalpy of atomization. Enthalpy of atomization. So it is indicated as delta AH. If I indicates delta AH naught, that is standard enthalpy of atomization. Now, the enthalpy change of breaking one mole of bonds completely to obtain atoms in gas phase, called enthalpy of atomization. If it is under standard conditions, standard enthalpy of atomization. For example, H2, it can be written as H bond H. So this will be broken. It is H2 gas and hydrogen gaseous atom, atom. This bond is broken, then forms atoms in gaseous phase. This is called enthalpy of atomization. The value is 435.8. Delta AH naught is 435.8 kilojoule per mole. Next, Cl2, N2, Cl2. Chlorine gaseous molecule is converted into chlorine gaseous atom, two atoms. Enthalpy of atomization of chlorine is 242 kilojoules per mole. 242 kilojoules per mole. Next, for O double bond O, oxygen gaseous atom, nitrogen molecule, gaseous molecule, nitrogen gaseous atom by breaking these bonds. 428 kilojoules per mole here, 428 kilojoules per mole, and here also 946 kilojoules per mole. 946 kilojoules per mole it is. Okay students, this is enthalpy of atomization. If you observe clearly, you just check it carefully. Bond breaking here, that's why enthalpy of atomization is also considered as bond dissociation energy or enthalpy. For diatomic molecules, only for diatomic molecules, enthalpy of atomization is equal to bond dissociation enthalpy. Bond dissociation enthalpy is equal to enthalpy of atomization in only diatomic molecules but not in polyatomic molecules. In polyatomic molecules, the bonds, different bonds will be broken That's why that is average bond enthalpy but not bond enthalpy. Yes, it is bond dissociation energy. Next, bond enthalpy. Now the next one is bond enthalpy. Right. Bond enthalpy, also called as bond dissociation energy. It means the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of bonds, covalent bonds in gaseous state, called bond enthalpy. While forming the bond, energy will be released. While breaking the bond, energy will be required. So, while forming or making bonds, energy, nothing but enthalpy, is released. Next, while breaking bonds, energy is required. Now, bond enthalpy definition. The enthalpy change when 1 mole of covalent bonds completely broken. When 1 mole of covalent bonds completely broken. Called in bond enthalpy is bond energy or bond dissociation energy. So bond enthalpy is classified into 2 types. One is bond dissociation energy, also called bond enthalpy. Next, average bond enthalpy. This is for only diatomic molecules. Only for diatomic. Already we have discussed enthalpy of atomization. Similar bond enthalpy. So average bond enthalpy means the average energy required to break each bond in a compound. For example, CH4 is carbon surrounded by totally 4 atoms, 4 bonds. It is a polyatomic molecule. It means this molecule contains 5 atoms, 1 carbon, 4 hydrogens. More than 2 atoms are there. That's why called polyatomic. In polyatomic, this is for only polyatomic. Polyatomic means molecule contains more than 2 atoms, nothing but 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Polyatomic molecules. Right? So now the average energy, bond energy required to break each bond in a compound called average bond enthalpy. So this is the average energy required to break each bond. First bond, second bond, third bond, fourth bond, all bonds will be broken. The average energy considered only for polyatomic molecules, not for diatomic molecules. In polyatomic molecules, so the arrangement around the central atom will be different. That's why we need to consider different bond lengths. It's very difficult. That's why we need to consider average bond enthalpy for polyatomic molecules. Example we will observe for this. Example for average bond enthalpies. H2O, if you consider H2, HOH. So this bond will be broken first. It is in gaseous state. OH plus, otherwise this one is HO plus hydrogen. It is gas, it is also gas. Clear? So average. Next, this one HO gas. This bond is broken, then give rise to H gas, O gas. Atom will be formed. For these two, the values are bond enthalpy for the first one is, the value is 497.8 kilojoule per mole. So the second value is 428.5. 428.5 kilojoule per mole. So you can ask me a question that here also OH bond breaking, the value is 497. Here also OH bond breaking, but the value is only 428. The reason behind this, oxygen surrounded by two hydrogen atoms tightly. That's why more LH. But in the second case, oxygen surrounded by only one hydrogen atom. The environment around the oxygen atom will be different for each and every bond breaking in polyatomic molecule. That's why for the first OH bond breaking 490, for the second OH bond breaking that is 428, because of arrangement or environment around the central atom is different. That's why. In such cases, what is the bond enthalpy, OH bond enthalpy in water? If they ask a question, you cannot say that 497 and 428, two values are there. That's why we need to take average bond enthalpy in such conditions. So the average bond enthalpy in water is equal to, better you make it as 1, it is 2. So delta B H naught 1 plus delta B H naught 2 by, total in 2 bonds are there, that's why 2 average is. Then we will get 497.8 plus 428.5 by 2. By solving this, you will get 463.15. 463.15 kilojoule per mole. This is average bond enthalpy of OH bond in water. This is the value we need to say. We can say very easily, right? So this is average bond enthalpy. How to calculate average bond enthalpy? How to calculate average bond enthalpy? Otherwise, bond enthalpy of a reaction or heat of a reaction can be measured by bond enthalpy. Right. Heat of a reaction can be measured by bond enthalpies of reactants and products. Formula is heat of reaction. This is nothing but delta HR. It is equal to sum of the bond enthalpies of reactants minus sum of the bond enthalpies of products. It is the formula. Sum of the bond enthalpies of reactants minus sum of the bond enthalpies of products. One simple question. Calculate the enthalpy of formation of following reaction. Calculate the enthalpy of following reaction. They are expecting the enthalpy of a given reaction. The reaction is CH2 double bond CH2 plus H2 gives us to CH3, CH3. All are gases only. This is what reaction. To solve this question, they gave another data also. The data is bond energies of CH bond. Next one is CC, C double bond C, and HHR they gave in brackets. Those are 99, 83, 99, 83. Next, okay, 147 and 104. 147 and 104 kilojoule per minute. So based on this given data in bracket, we need to find the enthalpy of this reaction. Formula given already. Enthalpy of reaction is equal to bond enthalpies of reactants minus bond enthalpies of products. Correct? It is the formula. To know that, we should know the for complete reaction perfect. That is, so C, H, double bond, H. You need to elaborate in this way, bonds. Then plus hydrogen, H bond. Then next C, H, and this is H, like that. In reactants, observe carefully. One C double bond C, one. CH, 4 CH bonds, single bonds. One HH bond. In products, one CC bond. CH. Totally 6 C single bond H. You need to remember that. Now, enthalpy of reaction is equal to, so first one is bond enthalpy indicated as a delta H, simply delta H C double bond C, only one it is, one C double bond C, plus some indicates a positive sign, 4 CH bonds, 4 delta H CH bonds, totally 4, plus 1 HH bond, 1 delta H bond. This is reactants, correct? Contains 1 C double bond C, 4 CH, 1 HH, minus sum of the products. Product contains 1 delta H CC bond plus 6 delta H CH bonds. Right? These are the bonds. As per the formula, we need to substitute. All values given in the question, only substitution. For double bond, so where is that? Double bond, 147, 1 into 147 plus. For CH bond, that is 4 into 99 plus. For HH bond it is, so 1 into 104. Yes, these are reactants. Minus CC bond, 1 CC bond here, 1 into 83 plus 6 into CH bonds, 99 plus. So if you solve this, you'll get the answer. The answer will be, so final answer is minus 30. So if they mention kilojoules, kilojoule per minute. If kilocalories, kilocalorie per minute. Very, very important. Reactant minus product. Such questions they are expecting in the objective exams. Right, next topic is enthalpy of so we'll discuss lattice enthalpy. Next one is lattice enthalpy. Lattice is nothing but a crystal lattice. It means, for example, NaCl is a crystal lattice. To break the Na and CaCl bond, the amount of energy required is called lattice enthalpy. The amount of energy required to break 1 mole of ionic compound into its gaseous cation and anion called lattice enthalpy. That is the definition. The change in enthalpy when 1 mole of ionic compound, 1 mole of ionic compound converted into gaseous cation and anion called lattice enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy you cannot calculate by direct method, so we can calculate by a method called indirect method. So best example is lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride. How to calculate lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride? So lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is nothing but a crystal lattice. So for that, what is the enthalpy? Indirect method is indirect method. So the indirect method is Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle. We read in chemical bonding chapter also this one. So how to calculate this? The value. Na solid first of all plus half Cl2 gas gives rise to NaCl solids. To form 1 mole of ionic compound from their gaseous ions, also named as a lattice enthalpy, but the value will be changed. It means plus converted into minus, minus converted into plus. It is a direct method. Hasla is there. The heat content in a direct method as well as indirect method will be same. Indirect method also will be. It means it is a lattice enthalpy. So the value will be, it is enthalpy of reaction simply considered as delta H. Then first indirect method. Indirect method contains many steps. I am writing one by one. Na solid is converted into Na gas. Solid is converted into gas. It is sublimation, enthalpy of sublimation. Next, Na gas converted into Na plus gaseous ion. Na plus means 1 electron is removed, that is called ionization enthalpy. Amount of energy required to remove electron from the gaseous atom is called ionization enthalpy. This is ionization enthalpy. Next, half Cl2. Cl2 means, so like this, no? This bond is broken. Then you will get 2 chlorine atoms. If half in the sense, that is okay, 1 Cl2 means you will get 2 chlorine atoms. Half Cl2 means you will get 1 chlorine atom. Clear, students? So now here Cl gaseous atom. So atoms are formed from molecule called atomization. Enthalpy of atomization. Then after that. Enthalpy of atomization is nothing but dissociation. Enthalpy of dissociation. Chlorine gas gains one electron converted into Cl minus. After gaining, it becomes minus Cl minus. So the amount of energy released when one electron gained called electron gain enthalpy. Here delta gain, electron gain enthalpy. Na plus and Cl minus both are converted into NaCl solid. Right now, this is called lattice enthalpy. This is called lattice enthalpy. This is what required. It is enthalpy of reaction. Enthalpy of reaction is minus 411.2. Minus 411.2 kilojoules. Next, sublimation enthalpy is 108.4. 108.4. Next one, ionization enthalpy is 496. This is 496 kilojoules. Next, dissociation enthalpy equal to 121 kilojoules. Next, electron gain enthalpy is minus 348.6. Minus 348.6 kilojoules. Now, part 1 is delta H. Part 2 is sublimation, ionization, dissociation, electron gaining and lattice enthalpy. Part 1 equal to part 2. I told you in Hess law, Q1 equal to small q1 plus small q2 plus small q3. So the change in enthalpy in a single step is equal to several steps. That is called Hess law. Now, so that is part 1. It is equal to part 2. Part 1 equal to part 2. Part 1 is delta H equal to. Part 2 is enthalpy of sublimation plus enthalpy of ionization plus enthalpy of dissociation plus next electron gain enthalpy plus and lattice enthalpy. Last one is right now. This is clear. Now substitute all values. The value is minus 411.2 plus is equal to sublimation 108.4 plus ionization 496 plus dissociation 121. Next, electron gain enthalpy minus 348.6 plus last one is lattice enthalpy. Clear? This is what your question is. If you solve this, lattice enthalpy, it is equal to, the value will be for this, the value is, if you solve this, the value will be, formation it is minus 788, minus 788 kilojoule per. Students, here it is NaCl formed. It is lattice enthalpy of formation. It is lattice enthalpy of formation. It means 1 mole of ionic compound formation. Minus 788 kilojoule per. If you break this, then you get these ions, gaseous ions. The value will be same, but minus is converted into plus. Lattice enthalpy of dissociation, that is dissociation equal to plus 788 kilojoule. As I told you the definition, change in enthalpy of 1 mole of ionic compound is converted into gaseous cation and anion. It means ionic compound broken into gaseous cation and anion. So that is called reverse one. It is actually, if gaseous, it is broken into gaseous anion, gaseous cation. That is also called lattice enthalpy, but the value becomes plus. For breaking energy required, that's why plus. For making energy will be released, that's why it is minus. Right? This is lattice enthalpy. By indirect method, we can calculate this lattice enthalpy. Next one is enthalpy of hydration, otherwise hydration. Next one is hydration. Right. Hydration and hydration means water molecules are surrounded by the 1 mole of gaseous ion. During the course of that reaction, something amount of energy will be released. The amount of energy released, otherwise the enthalpy change, when 1 mole of gaseous ions is surrounded by the water molecules completely, called hydration enthalpy. So the enthalpy change when 1 mole of gaseous ions surrounded by water molecules called hydration enthalpy. If I put H naught, that is standard hydration enthalpy. Hydration enthalpy is always negative, students. Hydration enthalpy is negative, always. It means energy will be released during the surrounding of water molecules by the gaseous ions. Now, for example, sodium Na plus in gaseous state, n moles of water, that gives us Na plus aqueous phase. Gaseous is converted into aqueous forms. So the value will be negative here. So the value will be negative. I am not giving you the exact value like this. Similarly, F minus gaseous with n moles of water, that gives rise to F minus aqueous. Delta H will be negative. Now, hydration enthalpy increases with the decreasing size of ion. For example, Li plus lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, Cg. Right? These are the sizes. Gradually sizes will be increases from top to bottom. Now, so very small distance, here a large distance. Small distance means water molecules can easily close to the particular atom. Then here more number of water molecules will be surrounded. More and more number of water molecules. Then the size becomes more after solution. Here large distance, so less number of water molecules surrounds by the CS plus. That's why after solvation it is okay. Before the size is before hydration size. After hydration the size will be more, the size will be less, because smaller one surrounds more number of water molecules. More number means size becomes more. So this is a larger one. Obviously very few water molecules surrounds. After surrounding water molecules, size will be lower because of less number of water molecules. So that's why size after solvation or hydration, lithium is very high. So hydration order, that is Li plus greater than, Na plus greater than, K plus greater than, Rb plus greater than, Cs plus. Right? So size increases, conductivity will be decreases after hydration. Slim person can run very easily than that of fat person. Size increases, conductivity decreases after hydration. Size increases for Li plus after hydration. Clear? So conductivity, very important, that is conductivity. Smaller one, run fast, that is cesium plus greater than, Rb plus greater than, K plus greater than, Na plus greater than L. The reason is, after hydration, Cs will be smaller size. After hydration, Li plus will be larger. That's why movement will be decreased, conductivity also decreased. This is hydration. Next one is enthalpy of solution. Next one, enthalpy of solution. Next one is enthalpy of solution. Solution means solution will be formed by the solute and solvent. It means the enthalpy change when 1 mole of solute is completely dissolved in specific solvent is called enthalpy of solution. Now, the enthalpy change when 1 mole of solute is completely dissolved in specific amount of solvent called enthalpy of solution. If you consider standard conditions, that is called standard enthalpy of solution. If it is a normal one, only enthalpy of a solution. Okay. So now AB solid is, AB is a solid. So then it becomes A plus aqueous, B minus aqueous. It means whenever you added water to this solute, solid, then it becomes ions in water. That's why named as aqueous cation, aqueous anion. That is which one? Solution. If aqueous, gaseous cation and gaseous anion formed, that is called which one? Lattice enthalpy. That is different. Solution is, whenever you added water to solute, the solute is broken and obviously water molecule surrounds, then gives cation, aqueous, anion, aqueous. It is a direct method. This is enthalpy of this solution. Enthalpy of this solution. Indirect method also. First of all, AB broken into A plus and B minus. A plus gaseous, B minus gaseous. It is nothing but ionic compound. The amount of energy required to break 1 mole of ionic compound into gaseous, cation and anion called lattice enthalpy. This is a delta lattice enthalpy. Right? So this one is converted into aqueous cation as well as anion. Gaseous converted into aqueous by the addition of water. Water molecule surrounds the gaseous cation and anion. The amount of enthalpy change when, so 1 mole of gaseous ion surrounded by the water called which one? Hydration enthalpy, then forms aqueous cation and aqueous anion. This is hydration enthalpy. It means direct step is a solution, indirect step is a lattice enthalpy and hydration enthalpy. So enthalpy of solution is equal to lattice enthalpy plus hydration enthalpy. It means path 1 equal to path 2. This is path 1 equal to path 2. Like Hasla. The total heat content change is the same whether the reaction takes place in a single step or several steps. Then part 1 is enthalpy of solution. It is equal to enthalpy of lattice plus enthalpy of hydration. Very, very important it is, students. Put a box for this possibilities. So here hydration enthalpy is always negative. This is positive. This will be positive plus this will be negative. Right? If enthalpy of solution is negative, if enthalpy of solution is negative, it is the condition. Negative means negative value more. 10 minus 100, you will get minus 90. It means enthalpy of hydration greater than that of lattice enthalpy. Enthalpy of hydration greater than that of lattice enthalpy. Hydration more, water molecules surrounding more, solubility more. Then solubility is very, very important condition. Next, if enthalpy of solution will be positive. Positive means lattice enthalpy positive, hydration enthalpy negative. Positive means positive value more, plus 100 minus 10. Then you get plus 90. Lattice enthalpy is, in this case, lattice enthalpy is greater than that of hydration enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy greater than that of hydration. So hydration enthalpy lower means less number of water molecules surrounds. Obviously solubility will be decreased. Then solubility decrease. Solubility. Very, very important, students. You need to understand clearly and take down clearly. This is enthalpy of solution. Okay. So with this, a few physical enthalpy of different physical processes we have completed. One more left, enthalpy of neutralization. So we'll continue in our next video.